30 years and counting. This is Okanagan Sun football with Ryan Waters.
The Okanagan Sun remain in first place following the bye week with a 5-1 record. In the last two games, the Sun defense has not allowed a single point, shutting out Chilliwack 50-0 and blanking Kamloops as the Broncos would score on a defensive touchdown for their only points in a 53-7 victory. Sunday at the Apple Bowl, fall football returns as the Sun will host the Chilliwack Huskers, who haven't won a game this season. For the Sun, this will be their final game of the year against a team with a losing record. There's still plenty on the line, as the Sun are vying for home field advantage throughout the playoffs and must win on Sunday to keep their hopes alive. Sun head coach Pete McCall explains what the ball club did during the bye week.
We just went back to work doing our usual routines, and we definitely noticed that the guys got an extra little bit of speed in their step this week. Everybody's refreshed from the time off. I think everybody enjoyed a little bit of break from football, and we're business as usual, working hard, get ready for Chilliwack.
For the bye week, you had Chilliwack and Kamloops, two teams that aren't going to make the playoffs, it doesn't look like. Is the team ready to play? Well, you play Chilliwack this week, but then you play the South Surrey Rams and then Victoria. Is that concerning a little bit that you have another weaker opponent this week and then a couple stronger ones at the end?
No, with these guys, with this roster, with the lineups at all positions, guys are fighting for jobs, and they know that they can't take any games off and that they got to take the chances when they get them, and we're seeing that at several different positions, the guys that have really stepped up their game, and they know that in a game like this that they're not going to be in for the whole game, so they got to make the most when they got the opportunities. And those young guys that are in behind them they're wanting, they're chomping at the bit. They want their chances too. So I think we're fortunate to have the competition within the house and guys working hard to keep their spots.
Are you shuffling at all going into the Chilliwack game?
We've had a little bit of movement. Daniel Xavier went from fullback to outside linebacker, but other than that, no, we're still pretty much the same status quo as we were before.
What did you look from the Chilliwack game that you could bring into this game?
I thought we maybe took our foot off the pedal a little early in that Chilliwack game, and you saw that, and we kind of sputtered in the second quarter in that game. But we saw some young athletes step up and make some plays, and so we've done a little sifting with the roster because of that. And we got to identify some new athletes to help us down the road.
You have an opportunity to clinch a playoff berth with a victory over Chilliwack. You actually have a chance to clinch a playoff berth without even playing on Saturday if a game goes the way it should. Once you make the playoffs, will you sit back and say, okay, we're in the playoffs?
Oh, no. I mean, we want to host. We want to be home field in the playoffs, and that means to win out. And so, every game is important to us, and that is our goal right now is to win out so that we can host the semi and the final.
Bobby Davis stay in pretty much the entire game on Sunday, or do you give Drew Jacobson a few reps?
I think he'll be in for the first half anyways. I know Tony wants to have the offense out there a bit longer than we did last time, so he'll play half the game, and barring any bumps and bruises, I see him playing a half of football and then getting Drew in there and getting him some chances too.
The backfield will look a little different for the Sun this weekend, as Armand Bakic and Brandon Donkers should be getting their first starts of the year. For Donkers, he'll make his first start since coming to Kelowna from Ontario.
Coach of mine out in Sarnia, Ontario, was in contact with Howie Zarin, and they worked it all out, and well, here we are.
Enjoying your time so far?
Oh, I'm loving it. Gotta enjoy the weather out here.
You've been coming off the bench in the first two games that you've suited up for, 3 games actually, because you played in Nanaimo a little bit. Are you used to coming off the bench, or are you more of a starter?
I've always been more of a starter. I've never actually had to work my way off the bench. It's been a nice change of pace. It's a reality check.
It was a good challenge for you then. Did you know that you were going to have to work your way onto the starting lineup coming out from Sarnia?
Yeah, I knew it was going to be a higher level of football. I knew the players out here have been playing a lot longer. They know a lot more than I have. There's been players here that has been with this organization for a couple years. I knew I had to work to get there.
You get the start against Chilliwack on Sunday. It's a nice honor. First of all, you get a start. Are you comfortable now at the fullback position where you can start and be effective?
Yeah, I'm getting comfortable with the guys around me. I'm comfortable with the playbook. We know what each other can do. Me and Armand and Tori, we're all starting to click. We're all starting to get things together.
Used to blocking? Are you used to carrying the ball?
I'm more used to carrying the ball, but the style of play I was more of a smash mouth carrying the ball. Fullback is probably better for me.
Do you like the playbook? I mean, now that you kind of know it, you're a little bit more comfortable with it. Do you like the plays that Pete McCall calls?
Of course. I get to do what I like to do. I get to run full speed and hit people.
You were a late addition to this team. You played a spring season in Ontario, but you get the week off. What did you work on in the week off? What did this team work on?
Well, we had 5 days off. We worked on like our running backs, like pass blocking, offense. We worked on just repping things out, just practicing plays, repping over and over and over again. And then with the 5 days off, everyone either went off and did their own thing with camping or whatever. Me, myself, I, hit the gym, did what I had to do to get back to be better for today, for this week, for this game.
Coming off the bye, this game this week is the Chilliwack Huskers. Obviously, maybe not at the same talent level as the Okanagan Sun. How do you guys keep focus against a team like that?
It's a good practice to keep you in the game. It gives maybe the guys off the bench, it gives them a chance to show what they got. So all week in practice, they're trying to prove that I can play, and a majority of them can.
On the other side of the field, the Chilliwack Huskers continue to rebuild this season with their 0-6 record. Head coach Luke Atchison got away from the game during the bye week.
To be honest, I didn't have much to do with this 2 weeks. I got married last Sunday, so I was on a honeymoon all week. But the team did meet up a couple times, and they got together, and we didn't go too hard. They just wanted to keep their minds on football a little bit and not give them a full 2 weeks off or the full bye week. I thought it'd be best to get them in, at least do some running and get them running some of our scheme offensively and defensively, just to keep their minds in the game a little bit. Didn't want to take a full week off. So they met up a couple times, and I was off honeymooning, so I had some other people taking care of that stuff.
Hey, well, congratulations. I'm surprised you were allowed to get married during the football season.
Well, thank you very much. We had originally planned to do a little earlier, and then we had to push it back a little bit, so we figured bye week.
Yeah, why not?
Didn't really want to go with the winter wedding, so.
Yeah, well, congratulations again. Did the week off help your guys get healthy as well? I mean, Clayton Croker, who hasn't started for a few weeks now, is he healthy? Is he ready to go?
I really don't know. It's going to be, I think he tried to go in a week off, and it's still bugging him, and he wasn't able to go last night, so we'll have to see what happens throughout this week. But yeah, I'll have to, something I'll have to discuss with the trainer and see what she says. If she gives him the green light, he says if he gets the green light, he'll go, but we'll have to wait and see what haapens. It's kind of a day-by-day kind of situation right now.
How are you motivating your players for this coming week? It'd be nice for your players to give you a nice wedding gift by beating the Okanagan Sun.
Well, I was hoping for a nice wedding gift going into the wedding against Victoria, but I got the exact opposite. We got blown out in another solid lesson in football on last weekend, so take your hats off to Victoria. They played a good game. But yeah, it would be great. It would be great to win a game here. We're 0-for so far, and we're looking for our first win. We're very hungry, so it'd be no better time like the present.
The Sun and Huskers will kick off at 2 p.m. at the Apple Bowl on Sunday as fall football returns with an afternoon tilt. Catch the play-by-play live, starting with the kickoff show at 1:45 on the official home of the Sun, AM 1150. Until next time, I'm Ryan Waters.